So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here. Hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe, washing your hands. Hopefully this whole fucking COVID thing is finished soon because it's getting super annoying. But guys, look, if you're new around here, please drop a like, comment and subscribe. Make sure you turn on that notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop another upload regarding SMMA and entrepreneurship, if you're into that sort of thing, as us Jamaicans would say. So look guys, oh yeah, also follow me on Instagram as well and drop me a message and whatnot. But guys, look, in this video I wanted to break down exactly what these gurus are not telling you. Me personally, I understand the whole idea of selling like an online course and whatnot and using like emotions to sell people, because people do buy on emotion and then justify with logic. Like that is just a #1 tactic. I won't even say tactic, that's just basic like human psychology. That's very basic human psychology. For example, why is it that there's people out there that will spend 50 grand on like a AP when you can literally go and buy a watch for $20, for example? So it still does the exact same thing, it just tells you the time. That's all emotional based. It's all about the status of buying the AP. It's all about the look and feel, prestige if you will, of owning a watch that's worth 50k basically. It's the exclusivity, and that's all emotion based. And then you justify it with logic. We're like, oh yeah, well it still tells the time and I can business expense it. That would be somebody justifying that with logic, for example. So look, not that you can fucking business expense a watch like that. I don't think you can fucking, by the way, I was just making that up. I don't think you can actually business expense a 50k watch, but you get the idea guys. Look, don't call me on that, I'm shit when it comes to like taxes and whatnot. But anyway guys, look, I feel like these gurus are not telling you, I feel like they're telling you the truth but not the whole truth. So I want to break it down real quick so you guys know I want to be a real dude on this channel, not to slander anybody either. It's just that I want to give you a little bit of a lookout, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are kind of, I won't even say gullible, because I don't feel like these gurus are just out here lying to you. And me personally, I don't even think they're scamming you. Let me break this down real quick guys. The real scam I think is university, because these gurus, let's think about it, they are changing people's lives. There's no doubt about it. They are changing people's lives. There are people that are making good money from these gurus. No fucking doubt. Even I have helped people go from being broke to actually closing clients and scaling their agency and actually making money now to the point where they can travel and shit like that. I've literally done that. I literally have testimonials of that and whatnot. But guys, look, what I was trying to say here is there's certain things they don't really kind of tell you, and I want to break those down real quick. So for example, #1, especially in like the SMMA industry, is that some gurus will tell you that, you know, they've gone from 0 to 10k in like 3 months. And I mentioned this in my other video. But what they fail to tell you is that they spent like 3 years learning, implementing, failing, getting better, testing, and then they hit a spot which is called the point of latent potential. You see, point of latent potential is where you continuously do something up to a point and then you become an overnight success. So it's like that. It's like the iceberg effect, if you will. You don't see the years of hustle and grind that they put in. Then they hit a time where I wouldn't even say they got lucky, because I don't really believe in like luck like that. I believe you kind of create your own luck. You have to be ready, mentally ready, tactically ready at a certain time, and then things will start hitting for you. But there is a very small element of luck. I'm talking like 1 to 2% of luck involved in that. But you have to be ready for that luck, and you have to create that luck by being ready basically. It's a very paradoxical situation, if you will. But look guys, what they don't tell you is that like SMMA is hard. SMMA is not an easy business model, not at all. It's very simple to understand. I mentioned this before, and a lot of gurus will tell you that they went from, you know, 0 to 10k in like 3 months. But what they don't tell you is that this time before that was all them just failing, learning, reading books, taking courses, investing in themselves, failing some more, and then they hit a point where they got client 1, client 2, client 3, client 4, client 5, and that's how they was able to scale up to 10k in 90 days. That's one thing they will tell you. Another thing they'll tell you is that you should, for example, niche down straight away. Pick a niche straight away. This is the thing I never understood. How do you know what to niche down in if you haven't tried a few things? It's kind of like going to a Chinese buffet, for example, where you can eat, you know, whatever you want basically. Eat as much as you want on whatever you want. How do you know what meal you actually want to eat for like what if you're gonna niche down on one plate? First of all, you gotta try a few things out first, don't you? So they don't tell you that. Another thing I noticed is that they will tell you to niche down, and this is the thing I'm trying to get you to understand. Like when you go for someone's course, for example, when you go for someone's training, for example, they teach you based on what they're doing now, not what they did to get where they are now. And what I mean by that is, if you take a look at like courses, they'll teach you like to be super systemized, super just in one niche, offering one service and whatnot, and that's good advice. But what they fail to realize is that, and what they fail to say as well, is that at the beginning of their journey, and if you look back at their actual journey and see what they were doing 2 years ago, they were making money money in multiple different niches, offering multiple different services and taking on any and every client. And I feel like if you're a very, very beginning of your journey, if you're in the very, very beginning of your journey, you should be doing social media management and trying to get Facebook ad clients. You should be trying to reach out to this niche, that niche, the other niche, and whatever other niche you should have. And then from then on, once you've tried something and you actually can get good results for that particular niche, and it's not even a factor of like, I know that passion comes into it a lot, but like when business owners say, you know, you should stick to what you're passionate about, I can kind of understand that, because it's that passion that's going to drive you through the like hard times. But I feel like you should realistically in this particular business model stick to what's actually working and actually what's making you money. So guys, once you've tested out a bunch of different niches, then you can actually niche down. And again, this is that I'm not sure if you guys have heard that saying, but you want to do what they did, not what they're telling you to do now. So it's kind of a hard like saying to, I can't remember how it kind of goes, I probably slandered that. It's you don't want to listen to what they're saying, you want to listen to what they're doing basically. And then what you need to do is go back in time on their journey to see what they were doing then to actually get their foot in the door. Because at the beginning they did what you call embrace the chaos. Embracing chaos is where you work in that niche, this niche, with that service, offering that service as well. Not too many services though, guys. Don't go crazy with it. Don't be offering like website SEO, friggin' Google ads, Facebook ads, social media marketing, social media management. Don't do all that. Just stick to like 2 services and pick like 3 different niches just to try out. Pick your like top 3 niches, try those out for a little bit, but only do this for like 3, maybe even 6 months. And then once that period is up, you need to pick one basically. You need to pick one niche and then go into that niche. I still believe in at the beginning, and this is it's kind of weird because at the beginning of my journey I was like, yeah, you need to niche. Then I realized that at the beginning of your journey you shouldn't really be niche. You should be taking on and getting experiences at whatever clients you can. Then once you've tried out enough things, you can then niche down, which is what I'm doing. I'm getting into the e-commerce niche. I believe that just has the longevity, and I just love the actual business model. I feel like that's the niche that's really going to build like wealth for me, like actual wealth, and actually be the niche that I'm actually going to be able to charge, you know, like 5k plus retainers in and stuff like that. So that obviously is what I'm actually aiming for, but I feel like you need to take it in steps. You need to first of all embrace the chaos, because think about it. Look, again, if you don't believe me, I'm glad that you don't believe me. I'm glad that you're skeptical. Look, I wouldn't believe me yourself. Fuck it, because I literally was like that when I first started this whole journey. I didn't believe in anybody, I didn't listen to anybody. Probably why it fucking took me so ages to like actually start landing clients and whatnot. But anyway, guys, look, if you look back at their journey, they embraced the chaos up until a point. So what I mean by that is they was operating in all sorts of different niches. Then they got up to a point in their business where they actually started closing clients, but they were all over the place. There was one like a dental client, for example. There was a gym client. There was a freaking e-commerce client. There was clients all over the place, like a real estate client. And then you realize that they hit a certain point, maybe like 10, 15, 20k, 25k or something like that per month doing what they were doing. And then they realized that, oh shit, I can't scale any further than this. Now I need to build systems. Then they built systems to scale down scale back and actually eliminate certain things and actually just stick to one niche and one service. And that's now how they've gotten big. I feel like they kind of need to mention that like that period before that way when they hit that cap. So again, what they did was work with a bunch of different niches, and then they hit a cap and they realized that like shit, this is too sporadic. I need to niche down and make and productize my service. Productizing your service is basically just meaning you can actually just replicate and kind of copy and paste it from one client to another client, which is very, very smart, of course. But what I think and fail to say is that I feel like you need to go through that period of chaos first so that you understand why you're building the systems, so then you can actually implement the systems, and it's going to make you kind of, first of all, again, it's going to make you understand why the system's being built, and it's going to make you appreciate the system as well, and then you can niche down. But again, I feel like you need to go through that period of the sporadicness and the chaos. Again, I call it embracing the chaos. You need to embrace chaos at first, make your money, just do whatever you need to do to get to that 10k per month first, even if you're all over the place in all sorts of different niches. And then what's going to happen is maybe at like 15k per month or something like that, you're gonna hit a ceiling. You can't scale any further because shit's gonna start breaking. You've got too many clients in too many different niches. But that's good, because at that point you're making fucking 15k per month profit or whatever it is, and you can use that money to then implement systems, and then that's when you start building out your agency and actually start systemizing and moving into a niche. I've kind of realized this at the early start, like kind of earlier, but the point is, guys, just at least get to like 5k, 10k, 15k first, then go into a niche. And what I mean by that is just go and make some money first, guys. Me personally, if you was one of my students right now, I'm just gonna tell you to do whatever the fuck it takes, right? Just to get that money in your account like as fast as possible. I don't mean like doing unethical shit. What I mean is I'm trying to teach you the quickest way to get money back into your pockets. And I've noticed that when you go and try to do like cold emails, cold this, cold that, it takes a long time to build like a relationship and stuff like that, because a lot of people who do like cold emailing and stuff like that, they're trying to just go and pitch straight away and actually get them on a discovery call. But I feel like the real way to to do that is kind of just take it more easy. And that's the thing with me right now. And what I mean by that is actually take your time to build a relationship, message after message, and then ask them for the actual discovery call. And then on the discovery call, actually walk them through certain processes. And then maybe have a second call to actually close them. But I still like trying to do the one call close and whatnot, but that's for a different story. But guys, what I'm trying to say is get your money in your pocket, hit a point where you physically can't do anymore, it's actually going to break, then you can start niching down. What I'm trying to say is you will already be making good money at that point, guys, and then you can use that to implement back into your business. And it's exactly what I mentioned in my previous video. If you haven't watched that, definitely check that out. What I talk about in there is how like the Upwork stuff, like closing clients on Upwork, even though they're lower ticket, I'm still closing like 1 to 2 clients each and every month consistently. Some of these clients are ranging from like $600 for management to like 1.2k per month just for management. And when I say management, I'm just literally posting on their social media accounts, and then when I post on their Facebook, I copy it to their Instagram, their LinkedIn, their Twitter, for example. Really easy, and it's like the job couldn't get any easier. And it's almost like I'm building an agency but using stabilizers. It's like the really easy way to build. Don't get me wrong, I still love Upwork, I'm still using Upwork, but I'm slowly transitioning into the e-commerce niche, trying to build like a results driven agency, as in like I run Facebook, as in this is I was able to take this much money and turn it into Y money, basically X money into Y. I turned 10k into 30k with one of my clients. That's what I want for my agency going forward, and that's kind of like what my dream agency looks like. So I thought, you know, now that I'm making money, I can now afford to put certain systems in place, such as actually finding a decent outsourcer, finding an outsourcer to do my lead generation. But what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that I had to embrace the chaos first, as in I've got clients still now in multiple different niches, and I'm now getting to the point where it's like I do want to niche down a little bit and actually start building out my actual like niche agency. So it's almost like I'm doing, I wouldn't say 2 things at once, but I kind of am. I'm just slowly transitioning into the e-commerce niche and stuff like that. But again, what's allowed me to do that is embracing the chaos on Upwork, using Upwork, getting that money, actually getting money into my frigging bank account, using that money, implementing into actually getting e-commerce clients. And I feel like that's the good path. Like that's the path you should take. Just start small, basically. Build up. Maybe you hit a cap, maybe you just realize it's time to niche down. Whatever the case is, you then at least at that point you have the fucking money to actually do that. And that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Get the money first, then you can start worrying about like niching down and all that other good shit and like systemizing and all that other shit. Just get the money in your pocket, basically. That's what I'm trying to say here, guys. And that, guys, is what I believe you should do if you're at the very beginning of your journey. Embrace the chaos, build up till you hit a point where it's just too sporadic, or even a point where you just hit a cap. A lot of people think that hitting a cap might be a negative thing. Bro, you'll be making like 15k at this cap. That's not a bad cap to be at. I would rather be, you know, stuck at 15k per month than not having any clients and thinking I've still got a niche agency and I've got no clients, when realistically I'm making, you know, like who would you rather be? Candidate A, the guy who has all these systems in his business, an onboarding system, he has one niche, one service, but he has no clients, or a guy that has no systems, no niche, but is at 15k per month with all different. I would rather be this guy over here personally, because then I can just use that money to just eliminate certain things and hire certain people, put a contractor in place, put a cold caller in place, put a cold message, like a dude that's going to do cold outreach for you in place, all that sort of shit. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand here. Like, who would you rather be, candidate A or candidate B? I'm saying candidate B, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that I've sparked some interest, and I love the gurus out there. In fact, if it wasn't for the gurus, I wouldn't be where I am right now. That's 100% without saying. It's just that they don't tell you certain things behind the scenes, I guess, and just watch out for that, I guess. Not that I'm saying that they're scamming you, because I don't even believe they are scamming you, because think about it again, as I mentioned before, if you look at it realistically, university is a scam. Let me quickly break this down, because before I end this video, let me quickly break this down. Everybody knows I fucking hate the education system, the traditional education system. Anyway, think about it. There's a dude in business trying to teach you business that hasn't even got a business. You're actually paying way more money like this university course than you would an actual course from a business owner who's made millions or even multiple 6 figures from the systems that he's built and actually created himself. Not only that, but with university you cannot physically get a refund. With these online gurus, they actually give you the opportunity to get a refund if you don't like it within like a certain period or time frame or whatever their guarantee is, basically. So who is this real scam there, guys? Like, who's the real scam there? It's 1k versus 40k for university. one of them, the more expensive one, the 40k one, doesn't have like a guarantee, doesn't have like an actual business owner that knows what they're doing and has an actual business, and they don't refund you your money. That's the real scam, guys, if you really think about it, and I think we need to wake up to that. But I love the gurus. Just be careful of what they're trying to sell you on. It's not even a bad thing to be selling. That's the thing. They believe in their product so much. They think that it's like, and this is what I love about them as well, and I'm actually starting to believe this myself, even with my own agency services. I believe that if I don't close you, I've done you more a disjustice than I have a justice. I believe in my like services so much that if I don't close you, I've actually scammed you by not closing you, because I actually believe in my shit that much. But anyway, guys, again, that's another story for another day. But anyway, guys, look, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that I've sparked some ideas and you can see the kind of path that you should kind of be taking, in my personal opinion, basically. But yeah, guys, hope that you've got some ideas out of this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.